What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Lego Jurassic Park 30th anniversary sets. So these sets came out last year for the 30th anniversary of the first Jurassic Park movie. Now I held off on getting these. I really wanted these so bad, but I held off on getting them and got them for like my birthday and Christmas. So between both, I was able to get all the sets together. So today we're going to be kind of doing more of like an overview, not going to go into a whole lot of details with each set, just going to show what figures we got with it and like differences of the figures and then what came with each set and the dinosaurs, just kind of show everything like an overview. So first we're going to be looking at the Dilophosaurus ambush at 76958. That was a $20 retail set. That's pretty cool. Comes with a Jeep, has the E-Stock sign, a Dilophosaurus, and Dennis Nedry. So pretty small set there, our cheapest of the bunch. Then we have the Velociraptor Escapes at 76957. That was a $40 retail set. And of course this is a 4+ set, so it's going to have more basic build so younger kids can be able to build it. And with this we get the Velociraptor paddock with a Velociraptor, Robert Muldoon, and Ellie Sattler, and then just kind of stuff to create that Velociraptor paddock, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the Triceratops Research at 76959. That was a $50 retail set. Again, pretty cool. Here comes with a Ford Explorer this time. We get a Triceratops, we get Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler once again, and the pile of poop that they dig through. So a pretty basic set, but cool to get the Triceratops, always one of my favorite dinos. And then this is our set to get Ian Malcolm. And if you haven't noticed, we will be getting a bunch of Ellies through all of these sets. Then we've got the Brachiosaurus Discovery, which is a cool set because I love any long neck dinosaur, so Brachiosaurus is one of those. So absolutely love this, getting this. I don't know if this is the first time they've made it or if it's just a new model, but looks pretty cool. Of course, a big dinosaur. Now this is at 76960, and this was a more expensive set at $80. You know, you don't get a whole lot, it seems like, for that, but having this big molded dinosaur probably takes up a lot of that price. But we get another Jeep, we get the tree that Dr. Grant and the kids sleep in at night, as well as a tree for the Brachiosaurus to eat from. And then we get our characters of Dr. Grant, Sattler, and John Hammond this time. So again, another cool set, that mostly for the Brachiosaurus for that. Ending it off with our biggest set of the Visitor Center T.rex and Raptor Attack. So this was a pretty cool set I was excited about because I love the look of the Visitor Center. So getting that as a build is really cool. But we get our T.rex, a Velociraptor that have the attack, and we have some stuff featured on the inside from the movie. But in the set we get a lot of characters where we get Dr. Grant, Ellie Sattler, we get Ray Arnold, Dr. Wu, and then we get Lex and Tim Murphy, so the two kids as well. So pretty cool set. We get a T.rex. I think that's my first T.rex as well. So very cool to have that now added into the collection, and then just another Raptor. So that is our biggest set 76961. That was $130. And again, this was the set I was most excited about, but probably after building was probably one of the most disappointing, but I'll go into that later. But that's it with looking at all the boxes. Let's go and look at all of the minifigures, and I'll kind of just line them up so we can see all the different characters that we get. So here's the layout of all our characters. I just tried to put our main characters in the center. So as you can see with Dr. Grant and Ellie, we have more than any other character because we have, more than one. So with Dr. Grant, we just have two. So we just have his basic one that I think is pretty cool. Now this was from the Brachiosaurus. So he comes with the leaf and the raptor claw, but you can see he's put together with his hat, has the bandana around his neck and shirt and stuff. So from the beginning of the movie, and then of course we have the end of the movie where they've been through a lot of stuff. He's missing his hat, doesn't have the bandana, and his shirt's all muddy and everything. So we have just those two variations of Dr. Grant. But for Ellie, we have a whole bunch. So I put them in order of how they go from the cheapest set to the most expensive. So this is from the Velociraptor paddock. So we have her here where she's got her shirt tied in the center. Of course, looks nice with her hair all down with just like an amused look on her face. She has the blue shirt underneath, tan shorts, and the boots. And then she comes with a walkie-talkie in this form. So that one, she looks pretty decent, like nothing much to it. But then we go to the Triceratops set where she's digging in the poop. So she still has her shirt all tied together, but this time it's got some mud on it. So she looks a little more dirty. And then she's put her hair up in the ponytail in the back, so she has more of that ponytail hair design there, but her pants and everything else look relatively same, just dirt and everything on her shirt for that one. Then we have the Brachiosaurus version, so this is going to be the beginning of the movie, so like I'd say where she's the most put together, so it looks very similar to that first figure. She just has the hair up in the ponytail, so it looks pretty good for that one. So the only real difference between that one and the first one is her hair. And then the last one, we get the end of the movie, so she's lost her outer shirt, so she's just in the blue tank top. Of course it's all muddy, her hair's all down now since she's been through stuff, and just looks all disheveled. It'd be nice if her pants had designs onto it to make it all muddy. So we get her as well. So we got all those different versions of Ellie. Definitely seems to be the character they like the most. Then of our three main characters, next we'll go to Ian Malcolm. So he looks pretty decent. So he has a shovel for the digging in the poop, and then he just looks pretty decent with his black hair. Has of course the glasses, the tinted glasses. His shirt, it's open a little so you can see his chest where he has a necklace, and then just in his all black outfit that he wore in the movie. And next to him him, we have John Hammond, of course, our creator of Jurassic Park, which looks good with his hat, very similar to Grant's, and then his face, so he's got the white beard and glasses and all that looks good, and his all white outfit, so very opposite of Malcolm there, and he has his walking stick with the ember on top of it that contains the mosquito where they found the dino DNA. Then we'll go over and go to Dennis Nedry. So of course he was trying to escape the island, so we have him all worried since he's being attacked by Dilophosaurus and has like water and stuff on his face, little water drops. I know you can't see that too well, but he has the yellow raincoat on over his outfit he works in, where he's got his name badge, of course the nice Jurassic Park logo printed on there, and he is a fatter guy, so they printed on some like belly design onto him, and he just looks, you know, all wet with his raincoat on there, so pretty cool for him. Then we'll move over to the kids, so we have Lex and Tim Murphy. So kids, and this is from the end, so of course they're going to be their most disheveled and everything as well. So she just has a tank top shirt with like some design on it and some blue jeans, and her hair's back in a ponytail with a of course braid design. She wouldn't look like this at that point in the movie, but that's just the hair design they chose for her. And then we have Tim as well, which Tim's been through. He's been electrocuted, thrown over the side of the T.rex paddock in the car, threw up and everything. But of course he, I thought, would be dirty as well, but he just has a nice smile on his face and his hair with the little spikes up there in the back. Brown shirt, brown t-shirt, and then brown pants as well. So he looks pretty fine. Like I said, they're from the end of the movie, so they should be much dirtier and disheveled, but they just look relatively normal. Then we've got Robert Muldoon, of course the guy that's watching over the Velociraptors that ends up getting killed by the one and saying clever girl, but he looks nice again with the same hat as the other two characters. He has a white shirt on with a cream color vest over the top, of course his badge there hanging off with his white shorts and white boots, and then he comes with the tranquilizer gun there, of course from the 4+ set, so not going to be a whole lot of fanciness to it, but it does come with the tranq gun. And then we have our two workers. First we have Ray Arnold, which was the Sam Jackson character. Now he's more stressed out here, so he has his tie undone and you can see some of his chest, but he has a shorter hair almost like afro, of course glasses on his face, little mustache printed on there too, and then he's in his white button shirt and then gray pants there. And then we have Dr. Henry Wu, which looks pretty nice with his smile, hair all slicked over, and then he's in an all white jumpsuit with his badge there on his chest, so looks decent just in all white there. So like I said, just want to do a quick overview of all our different characters. So if you get all these sets, these will be all the different characters you get from the sets. And we can do the same with all our dinosaurs. So we have our T-Rex and the friends in here. Again, my first T-Rex from the Jurassic Park stuff, so cool to get the T-Rex. As you can see, got all the claw marks and everything from fighting with the raptors at the end scene, so it got all the claw marks in there. But looks pretty cool with the brown design. You know, just does look like a basic Tyrannosaurus, so nothing a whole lot fancy about that. Just like I said, the scratch marks are probably the only thing new. Then we have the Brachiosaurus, which looks really cool. Of course, it's big here off screen. Gotta move all the dinos out of the way. Big here off screen with his head there. So really nice, tall. It looks pretty cool with all gray skin with the blue designs onto it, and it has some of the movements like with the head there, as you saw, you can get the head to move up and down, so if it wants to eat down lower it can, or reach all the way up tall there. And then the head moves as well, so it can look up and down again to try and eat from the trees, with the mouth that opens very similar to the others. Like the T-Rex had the mouth open, so it can function just like the other dinosaurs there, just really tall for that. And then we can go to the Triceratops, again my first time getting one, so very cool, nice design with the molded body there. It's all brown with the brown spots, lighter brown spots, and designs with the head, of course with the 3 horns, the 2 up top and 1 there above the nose, above its beak like mouth there, and the fan on the back, so looks very cool. Love the look of this Triceratops, so glad I got that. Then we get 2 raptors, so I think there's 3 raptors total in the movie. I don't remember the exact, but I think there's 3. Of course 1 gets locked in the freezer, so we could just have the 2 that fight the T-Rex here with both of these. Of course 2 of the exact same raptors where they have the tan color skin with the gray design, which I like the raptors I got with the older sets that are mostly all brown. It was like the same but had like brown instead of gray. I think I like those a little bit more, but this is just the design they chose for this set. And then we have the Dilophosaurus, which is again another new dinosaur for me that looks good with its mostly all green body, darker green up top, and then of course the fanned out head there, and you could open the mouth to have it be spitting there at Nedry, which is cool. And it's nice that it's small, because I feel with older sets they were a lot bigger, but with this one they made it smaller to fit more how they do in the movie. So very cool to have the wider range of dinosaurs we got here. And now we can start looking at our sets individually. So we have the Dilophosaurus attack, of course, with the Dilophosaurus and Dennis Nedry. So we get the Jeep. So we have the 92 Jeep Wrangler that they use. This one's got the top on it, so of course covered up. And since it was raining, you'd want the top on it this time. So it looks overall pretty decent. You know, it looks just like a Jeep. I love how it's got some mud design on some of the stickers here. So for Jeep number 12, it's got some mud on the front up here, so splashing up there about the JT12. Then even here on the side with the step up, it's even got some mud designs with the prints, you know, logos for the characters. So we have the square feet of Dennis Nedry, but on this side we have the Dilophosaurus foot, which is pretty cool. Love that little detail printed in there with the stickers, the headlight design up top, of course, windshield there, and then we can access to put Nedry inside of it just by taking the roof off. It's, got the design where it's easy to take off there. Then we have the fifth wheel on the back and the four wheels on the bottom that allow to easily roll back and forth. So just your basic sort of Jeep design that fits with the Jurassic Park design and adds stickers. And then we have our E-Stock sign, so of course where Nedry's trying to go, but he runs into it, knocks it off, so it can easily have the thing to knock it off there. But then the arrow gets twisted around, so he doesn't know which way he's supposed to go. So we have a picture of the island with the boat design on the E-Stock there. And then we have a pile of leaves and grass and foliage or whatever with the can of Barbasol hidden back in here. That of course contains the dinosaur DNA that he was stealing. So pretty cool to have that again, and it goes along with Dennis Nedry and the Dilophosaurus. Then we have our 4+ Velociraptor Escape set featuring the Velociraptor paddock. So of course we saw them at the paddock where they were feeding the raptors the bull, and so pretty cool. And then of course we see later in the movie the raptors had escaped out of the pen when they are being hunted. So we have this set, which is just decent. I don't really care too much for it, with it being a 4+, not really all that exciting since it's got the bigger builds with like the bigger Lego pieces and designs, but it's cool. That's supposed to be representing the Velociraptor paddock. So over on like the side here, we do have a door we can lift up and down to, to be able to let the raptor in and out, very similar to the very beginning of the movie where they're trying to load it in. Then we have the walls of the paddock, but of course the raptor ends up breaking out, so you can easily break out the wall to get it out of there. So just that little design where you can easily break the walls. And then we have this where we can have the walls out, so have a little bit bigger, or sort of cut it off to just have it as a little square. We have an upper section, kind of like the control tower. So we have a little screen here that has a picture of a raptor and sort of like monitoring where they are, and then just some different boxes and stuff on the table. Then we get the inside of the paddock. So back in here, we do have a Velociraptor egg. So we have a little egg with an eye peering out. And then we even have a little pile of poop over here as well. So those are all pretty fun. And then we do have a basket that lowers down with the chicken leg in it. So you can lower this down to be able to feed the Velociraptors, just like they did with the bull in the movie. And then you can't see it, but up top there is the Jurassic Park logo. So I thought that was cool. And then we also get this four-wheeler ATV, whatever, that you can put a character on. Looks pretty nice. I love how they picked the same colors as the Ford Explorers with the maroon, yellow, and neon green colors. So that's pretty fun with the little four-wheeler. And it has a hot dog on the back, so you can have a character driving around to have the raptor chase after wanting the hot dog. So fun little 4+ set. Like I said, not a whole lot to it. It came with Muldoon, Ellie, and a raptor, so you can have that in there. But like I said, 4+ set, not that exciting. And next was the Triceratops Research, where we got one of the Ford Explorers, so the 92 Ford Explorer. That looks pretty decent, of course, how we see in the movie with this all like neon green color, has the maroon red, so with the tiger stripes whatever on the top, and going up in the top with the big window, of course, that we see the T.rex try to come through in the movie. So it looks pretty decent there with our Jurassic Park and logo there on the side, yellow at the bottom, with our tires, of course, again, that the T.rex sort of chomps off. And then we have the lights on the front, so we have all the additional lights and normal lights there on that, and just overall looks pretty decent all the way around to the back, where they even have the Explorer logo, Ford Explorer design, with the license plate of 04 for that. And again, you can get characters inside of here pretty easily. There's pretty wide open, or you can just take the roof off once again. And then it also came with the pile of poop for the Triceratops, so just a big pile of brown Lego pieces here with some leaves and stuff off to the side. We have our frog here, which if you didn't notice, there's pretty much a frog in every single set, but it comes off where it's got the berries inside, where they're sort of evaluating what's making the dinosaur sick. So we've got that pile of poop as well that the characters can dig through. And again, this came with the Triceratops, Ellie, and Ian Malcolm. And next we had what probably became my favorite set after building it, which was the Brachiosaurus Discovery. Not only because it came with the Brachiosaurus, but I just overall like the design. So again, we have a 92 Jeep Wrangler, just this time it doesn't have any top on it. So I love how they did the roll bar design and stuff for that, make it look like a Jeep. Of course, we have room to sit our characters in there with the steering wheel and shifter and everything. Can use this again for when they're trying to pick up Malcolm when he's injured after the T.rex attack, and can be like drive faster as they're going away. So put him in the back there if you want. But we have Jeep number 18, again, Jurassic Park logo with the Jeep in yellow, looks pretty nice with the red windshield, of course trying to stick with the colors. And then Jeep number 18, so we have the license plate on top there, just not muddy this time. Lights in the front everywhere, our big tires, of course, with our extra one in the back. So overall looks just like the other Jeep, pretty much almost identical, just doesn't have the top on it this time. And then we got our tree for the Brachiosaurus to eat from, so it could be, like I said, you can recreate that opening scene where they first see the Brachiosaurus, where it's reaching up real tall trying to get the leaves off the tree, so you can have that. or we can have it later in the movie where Grant and the kids sleep at night. So we have a level up here. You can put them to be sleeping with the Brachiosaurus comes to visit them when they feed in. But what's cool about this, we do have the Brachiosaurus little paddock logo down there, which is cool. And it says no feeding, flashing, or yelling. Of course, not to scare the dinosaurs. And then we have an egg down here at the bottom where Grant discovers that the dinosaurs are laying eggs and breeding in Jurassic Park. So we have that egg down there as well. But we can see the back tree, like I said, can use it like this for that tree or flip it around to use that later scene in the movie. So like I said, the tree design isn't the best, like it's not the like greatest design, but overall it's not bad. Like I hated it just seeing it from the box, but once I built it, I didn't hate it overall. And just having the double like features that you can use for it from either the beginning of the movie or later in the movie, and then coming with the Jeep, that's really nice. And then the characters of Grant Sattler and John Hammond, and of course that Brachiosaurus, which I absolutely love. So this was overall probably my favorite set. And then the set I was most excited about, the Visitor Center. I wanted this so bad just because, like I said, I love the look of the Visitor Center, and this does carry it off pretty well. So just like sitting here looks very cool. Just building it and like the stuff they did, I feel they could have done a lot more for the inside. It was mostly, you know, I feel they just tried to feature that T.rex and Velociraptor, which I wanted the T.rex, but don't really care to get another Velociraptor. And then we also get the thrown in T.rex skeleton like we see at the end of the movie where they're climbing all over it and it falls apart before the T.rex comes in. Pretty cool to get that. Just again, another thing I don't really care to have. It does look really nice though, trying to, you know, recreate the skeleton of a T-rex in Lego pieces like this is pretty cool. Of course, we've had sets like that in the past with the bones of the dinosaurs, so those are cooler, but I just feel that was unnecessary, the throne. But like I said, the front of this looks awesome. Love the entrance door with the gate around it that has the fossilized like T-rex and everything. That looks cool with our windows on the sides, the big points up top, again recreating that very well. They did a good job with that. But if we flip it around, we can see our different rooms on the inside. So first we have our entrance area. So we have, of course, our entrance gate with the sign "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" that you can pop off. I can't get this like to work. You're supposed to be able to push a thing on here and it pops this peg out and it can fall down like it does at the very end scene. So it's cool. It has that function in that they included this. It's a nice like plastic material, so I doubt it will rip and stuff over time. I feel it'll hold up pretty well. So cool that they included that. Again, just not something I really cared to have. But we'll start over on this side, which is the science lab or the genetics lab, of course, where they discovered the dino DNA. And so we have a screen with a dinosaur egg. We have the amber, fossilized amber with the mosquito inside of it, of course, with a light scope looking at some amber. And then we have Mr. DNA over here in the back on the screen, which is cool. And then we have the egg incubator with the alarm that comes in and rotates the eggs. So the nice little incubator with the lid that can close down on it. So that is cool, with the nice window with the parasaur there in the back. So that's really all there is in the science lab, which is cool that like I included how much detail they put in. And on the other side, we have the cafeteria, which is called the Cretaceous Cafe. So we get this where we see the scenes, of course, where like Lex and Tim are being brought back by Grant before he goes out to search for Ellie, where we have Lex can be sitting here eating the green jello when she sees the raptor, and then Tim can be sitting here eating all the desserts, where we have a table of desserts. So we have a cake and cupcakes, cookies, all sorts of yummy looking stuff here in the back, with some flowers, of course, going around it, trying to make it look all nice, with the fan up top as well. So all those little details are nice. And then we even have the little picture in the back, which is when we see the raptors enter the building and Lex sees the real raptor against the picture, and that's when she starts shaking the jello. So it's cool that that is there and can be like, you know, recreating that scene as well. So I do love that they added those pictures in there with the dinosaurs against that. That just looks really cool. So that's really we have all for the inside. Of course, we have the upper sections that are just completely empty, you know, just part of the design for the outside mostly. And then that's when you can take like the bones and set it here. So it would be in this area right in the entrance section, and of course have our other characters and dinosaurs brought in for that final end scene fight. So overall, it's not a bad set. I was less disappointed. Like I said, I would want more invested into the visitor center as opposed to the dinosaurs and the skeleton, because the visitor center is what I love the most, so I want as much of it as we can possibly get in here. So overall, like I said, look wise, especially from the outside, it looks good. I just wish overall it was a little bit bigger. I'd say maybe like scaled a little bit better, but overall it is still a cool set, just not as exciting as I was hoping it would be. Well, that's going to be it for all of our LEGO Jurassic Park 30th anniversary sets. So like I said, just want to do kind of like a quick overview of all the sets, not in too much detail, but overall I thought it was pretty cool. I like a lot of these sets, you know, continue out. We got a lot of nice characters, almost all the characters you could probably ask for. Maybe Gennaro the lawyer would be the only character I'd want added, but all are pretty cool. Very nice to recreate scenes and moments from the movie. A lot of cool dinosaurs, you know, pretty much all the dinosaurs I could ask for. So overall, I really enjoyed these 30th anniversary sets. So let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. comments. And if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.